Looks like we're getting into a period of dry weather now for the next few days without much rain chance at all. Not much out there still in the First 1-5 Doppler network this afternoon. It's just been mainly sprinkles or a couple of tiny little showers. There's basically about one left. If you look on the map right there, that little dot coming out of Brooks County right into northeastern Starr County, right there it goes. See it? It's I know you have to get like really up close to the TV screen. You get out there and like really look at it, but it's there. One little sprinkle and tiny shower still left, and that's it. I think that will fade away pretty quickly here at sunset. 88 right now in Edinburg, 89 in Rio Grande City, 85 in Port Isabel. So this evening, if you're going out for any high school football games, you don't have to worry about getting rained on. There's not much wind out there either. Really, the wind's very light today and probably will be pretty light all weekend. So just kind of sit there, and the humidity's down a tiny bit, but it's still a little humid. But we'll fall through the 80s during the game, near 80 degrees by about halftime, and in the 70s later this evening after that. But again, dry weather. Tomorrow, though, temperature's going back up. We were kind of in the upper 80s, lower 90s today. Probably tack on about 4 or 5 degrees or so to what we had today. And it's going to be a little hotter with more sun and practically no rain chance. 80s, though, right along the coast. Your day planner tomorrow goes from about the lower 70s early in the morning through the 80s at lunchtime and in the 90s most of the afternoon with mostly sunny skies around. You might catch a couple of patches of high clouds, especially closer to the coast, but I think overall it looks like a pretty bright day around the valley. Satellite radar shows not much happening across Texas. If you're traveling, we'll show you the travel forecast next half hour. It's pretty dry overall around Texas for tomorrow, at least the southern half of Texas. There could be some storms up north tomorrow night and tomorrow. You see some showers trying to come in from the southeast. That's some tropical moisture kind of associated with tropical storm Nate that we'll show you here in a minute. But future track overnight shows, again, kind of just a quiet night out there with mainly clear skies after the sun goes down. I guess, day after full moon will be out there tonight to light up the sky a bit. Tomorrow we're into a mostly sunny day. You see future track does have some clouds at times along the coast, mainly I think some high thin clouds, so probably not blocking out much of the sun. Tries to show a couple showers offshore. I think maybe an isolated sprinkle or shower if you're going out in a boat, maybe 20 miles or so, but probably nothing inland. And then during the daytime on Saturday, it gets a little hot in the afternoon and early evening, and then by tomorrow night we're clear to partly cloudy. Sunday still a day when we may have a few high clouds, but it looks overall mostly sunny and back in the 90s across the valley, and even maybe sunnier and maybe a degree or so hotter in some areas by Monday. So next 3 days are probably the hottest and maybe the driest too, with practically no chance for rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But we could see some rain come back maybe as early as Tuesday with a cold front trying to come down. Not like a big blast of cold air, but it may cool things off for a day or two. In the tropics, the Gulf of Mexico, nothing technically quite in it yet. The storm center is just about ready to get into the Gulf, but our tropical system, Tropical Storm Nate, winds are at 60 miles per hour, moving fairly quickly. This thing will take its path directly toward about Louisiana or Mississippi in a hurry. It will be there by tomorrow night. So this storm, a fast mover, and you see by tomorrow night at 1 a.m. already showing it near landfall or inland across southern Mississippi or Louisiana, and then from there it kind of becomes a rainmaker across the southeast over the weekend and the mid-Atlantic by later Sunday and Monday. At the coast here, the only effects we're going to see from that tropical storm or hurricane, if it does intensify, just some bigger waves at the coast. So the waves come up a bit. Rip current risk stays high for the weekend, but no gusty winds or storminess. Winds only about 10 to 15 miles per hour at the coast, and that might be the breezy spot in the valley. I think inland winds very light tomorrow all over. And then a few more notes for you. Small craft advisory goes through Saturday morning, and after that, though, things quiet down. A low tide in the morning, a high tide in the afternoon. So the first 1-5 forecast tonight down to about 69 late tonight. Most of the evening will be in the 80s. I think we'll fall into the 70s maybe about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then briefly maybe upper 60s tonight like we saw last night in some areas. Tomorrow back to 95 degrees with sunshine around, hotter weather, and the first 1-5 7-day forecast keeps mainly hot and dry weather for Sunday and Monday for Columbus Day. After that, the models have been all over the place in terms of the intensity of the cold front. I think most likely a cold front could arrive Tuesday afternoon or evening, may get a little breezy from the north. Temperatures could drop from the 80s, maybe into the 70s if the front gets here in the afternoon. But I think Wednesday is really about a one-day cool down. If the clouds lock in, we may see temperatures only hover around 80 or so. But if the sun breaks through, warmer than that, and then it gets warmer again later next week. So maybe a little taste of cool air. That would be nice next week. But it is a good night for high school football.